Hello student, I am Dr. Divya Tripathi and I am going to teach you Analytical Chemistry 1 DCHY 2008 in the coming semester. The first module of our course is Interaction of Electromagnetic Radiation with Matter. So, in this module, we have to study about the electromagnetic radiation, what is electromagnetic radiation, their properties. Then after we will discuss what is matter, associate of chemistry. You all know what is matter, but we will cover this topic superficially. Then how this electromagnetic radiation interact with matter. There are different ways how the electromagnetic radiation interact with matter. All these things we have to study in your module 1, that is interaction of matter. So the first question comes in the mind is, what is electromagnetic radiation? It comprises of three words. E comes from electro, M comes from magnetic, and R is your radiation. Radiation is a movement of energy or propagation of energy, right? Now, why this is comprises of this electro and magnetic words, as the name indicated. There must be two things, that one should be associated with electro and second should be associated with magnetic. So the electromagnetic radiation can be defined as the oscillating electric and magnetic field. First point, the electromagnetic radiation is oscillating electric and magnetic field which are perpendicular to each other and in the direction of propagation of energy. Clear? Radiation is propagation of energy. Electro comes from oscillating electric field. Magnetic comes from oscillating magnetic field. Both are perpendicular to each other. So, if we ask to define electromagnetic radiation, the answer should be electromagnetic radiations are oscillating electric and magnetic field which are perpendicular to each other and in the direction of propagation of energy. Let's see in the diagram. Suppose this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and this is your z-axis, right? We know very clearly that all the axes are at the right angle to each other. Now we have to draw the electromagnetic radiation, right? So first we will make electric field, right? Suppose this is the electric field, right? This is the electric field. This is the direction of propagation of energy from here to here. Okay? We can present this electric field as E. Fine. Now the second is magnetic field. That should be perpendicular to each other. This is the main point we have to keep in the mind. Both fields are perpendicular to each other. So we have to draw these fields perpendicular to this electric field like this. Right? And these two fields are perpendicular to each other by this diagram. Right? So this is the representation of your electromagnetic radiation. Direction is from your left to right. Clear? See. I think it is now clear to you what are the electromagnetic radiation. Let's discuss one more. Electromagnetic radiations are the oscillating electric and magnetic field which are perpendicular to each other and in the direction of energy. This is your electromagnetic radiation. Now, what are the properties of electromagnetic radiation? So, I would like to tell you that your electromagnetic radiation has both the properties, wave property and quantum or particle property, right? So, in this lecture, we will discuss those properties whose prove that your electromagnetic radiations are wave in nature, right? So first tell me the properties that are associated with any waves. You must know waves have energy, right? Waves have wavelength, waves have some frequency, wave have some wave number, wave have some amplitude, right? So we will discuss all these properties one by one. If this electromagnetic radiation have such properties, that we can call it that the EMR has wave properties. The properties are amplitude, right? Second is energy. Third is wavelength. This is your energy, this is your amplitude, this is your wavelength denoted by lambda. Fourth is frequency. And fifth is your wave number. This is denoted by mu bar, frequency is denoted by mu, right? Now we will discuss all the properties. First is amplitude. The amplitude of the wave can be defined as the maximum height to which the wave oscillates and equal to the height of the crest or depth of the trough. Again telling you, the amplitude can be defined as the maximum height to which the wave oscillates and equal to the height of the crest and depth of the trough. It is also the measure of radiant power of radiation. The radiant power refers to the energy of the radiation striking at the given area per unit. It is denoted by P and is related to the square of the amplitude. It is important to remember that the radiant power is not related to the wavelength. A closely related term is called intensity of the radiation, which is actually denoted as I and is defined as a radiant power per unit solid angle. Now, let me see from the diagram what is amplitude. Right? Just a minute. Here. Suppose you can see this is your wave. Now, what is A for wave? The maximum height to which a wave oscillates is known as amplitude. That may be upward above the baseline, that may be downward below the baseline, right? This up point is known as crest. This is known as trough. Just keep in mind, because we are going to use these words again and again. Amplitude is the maximum height to which a wave is oscillates, right? This is a type of energy. This is not exactly a type of energy. This is a radiant power. This refers that the energy of the radiation is striking at a given area per unit time, right? This is your amplitude. The second is wavelength. What is wavelength? If we have to define wavelength, this should be exactly equal, okay? If we have to define wavelength, then by this diagram, we can represent wavelength like this, okay? Like this or like this, or if we extend this diagram and these are the two toes, it can also be represented like this. Now I have drawn 3 lambda on this diagram. Here the distance between the two crests is lambda. Here the distance between the two toes is lambda. And here the distance when a wave completes a circle. Here, look, this is, if we join these crest and toe, we will get a complete circle, right? So lambda is the distance between the two consecutive crests, the distance between the two consecutive crests, or the distance when a wave complete is one cycle is known as lambda. And the unit of the lambda is meter, centimeter, the unit of length actually, because this is the length. That's why the unit of the wavelength is centimeter or meter, or any distance That is the distance of length. Okay. So we have covered amplitude and wavelength. Right? What is the difference? What is the, no, we will discuss the relation of all these terms later on. First we discuss all the terms. The next term is frequency. The frequency of a wave can be defined as the number of wave crest or wave throw that pass through a given point per second. Means if we talk about this wave, that how many number of waves passing through this area per unit time is the frequency of the wavelength, right? And the relation between the frequency and wavelength is mu is equal to c by lambda. We have discussed lambda. Now we are discussing frequency. Frequency is a number of waves passing through a given time, a given area, given point per unit time. Okay. So the relationship between frequency and lambda is like frequency is equal to c by lambda, where c is the velocity of light and it is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and this is also the speed of light, because of a light is also a type of electromagnetic radiation, right? Now we are coming to the, we have covered this frequency and now we are coming to the wave number. The wave number is equal to the number of waves per centimeter per or per unit distance. Again listen. The wave number is equal to the number of waves per centimeter or per unit distance. It is denoted by mu bar and it is reciprocal to the wavelength. Right? See, we have discussed, till now we have discussed two formula. We have discussed what is amplitude. We have discussed what is wavelength. We have discussed what is frequency. We have discussed what is the relationship between the frequency and wavelength. And then we have discussed what is wave number and what is the relation between the wave number and wavelength. The wave number is reciprocal to wavelength. Now we are coming to the energy of wave. The energy of wave can be write as E is equal to h mu, where h is your Planck constant. Where h is your Planck constant and mu is your frequency. Then how energy is related to the wave number and wavelength? If we replace this frequency in terms of this, we substitute the value of frequency from here to here, then we will get E is equal to hc by lambda. This is also one of the formula of energy, or we can substitute the value of 1 by lambda over here, then we will get one new formula, that is E is equal to hc mu bar. Now we have got three equations of energy. E is equal to h mu, E is equal to hc by lambda, or E is equal to hc mu bar. Now from this formula we can conclude that the energy of any electromagnetic radiation is directly proportional to its frequency. Higher the frequency, higher the energy. Lower the frequency, lower the energy. The energy of any electromagnetic radiation is also directly proportional to the wave number, because here h and c are the constant. So constant has no impact on the magnitude of energy. So if the wave number of any wave is high, the energy of the wave should also be high, because energy is directly proportional to the wave number of wave. And the last one is lambda, means the energy of any electromagnetic radiation is inversely proportional to the wavelength of the wave. Longer the wavelength, lesser the energy. Shorter the wavelength, higher the energy. And if our electromagnetic radiation have these properties like amplitude, energy, frequency, wavelength, wave number, these value supports that our electromagnetic radiation has wave property. And now I think you people will be able to solve the problems, numerical problems based on this equation. So please note down one formula, one problem. Write down the question. A microwave radiation has a frequency of 12 gigahertz. The frequency of a radiation has been given and the value is 12 gigahertz. And you have to answer that what would be the energy of photon corresponding to this radiation. You have to calculate the E for this radiation and what has been given. Frequency has been given in gigahertz. Okay. So this is your first problem, and the second part of this problem is calculate the wavelength to the radiation. Here H means Planck constant value has been given. H is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second, and 1 gigahertz you know is equal to the 10 to the power 9 hertz. You have to answer this question in a class. Till then, thank you.